This is our land, and this is our namesake, and this is our legacy. We've been 7 generations here. I grew up in the town of Wolfville, but my heart was out here in the country with my grandmother. My grandmother had a big market garden and an apple farm.
My dad spent a lot of time here as a child. My great-grandmother didn't really call it organic or natural farming, but that's probably what we would have called it today. When my dad later shunned any kind of chemicals, no synthetic fertilizers in his adult life, it really resonated with him.
In the downturn of the apple industry, there seemed to be this shame, or there seemed to be this cloud over our family for having to sell this land to sustain the farm. When I was 19 years old, I came back to the farm to live full-time. It had dwindled down to about 9 acres of land, just the house, no buildings, no livestock. The orchard was really old and beyond renovation. Through the course of hard work and sacrifice, me with a young family, in the 90s, I paid $10,000 an acre to buy it back. And we slowly built it up. When I had the opportunity to farm it the way I wanted to farm it, certainly I went back to my youth. I went back to the way my grandmother taught me. We've got it back now so that it's a viable enterprise. What I was doing was a pursuit outside of monetary gain. It was basically to get back our land and to provide our future generations of our family an opportunity to farm, provide them an opportunity to steward the land and to be here. As Rachel was developing as even a child, my grandmother could certainly see her mannerisms around animals and around the land, and she had a very deep understanding and respect for what it took, the work ethic. Jocelyn, my wife, left the travel industry to come to work for our farm full-time. We always said we wanted to leave the land better for the next generation. And when I started to think about, grapevines and being able to commercialize a product on this piece of land, share this view and share our land and our family story with so many different people, it really appealed to us.
So we first planted in 2009, and with the hopes at that time that we were really just expanding in the farm and starting in a new industry here in Nova Scotia to be grape growers, to sell our fruit. It's kind of going back to the basics.
Our first grape pick is mid-September. The focus is just on getting the fruit, ready for harvest.
There's always this anticipation around harvest. 2 or 3 weeks out, you start hiring the extra hands, bringing some extra people on the farm to help. And we meet a lot of really cool, eclectic people, and we try to build this community in the farm. We try to build this momentum. It's hard work, long days, and once we get really into it up in October, it's pretty grueling. We pick in small hand-held lugs. We don't use mechanized harvesting. And this year we'll probably take in about 200 tons.
At the time we had no intentions of taking it probably to the level that we are now. Producing our own and packaging and labeling and putting our name on it, and then growing this facility to share with the community and like-minded individuals in the wine industry.
When Rachel made the decision to join us, it changed the game and it made everything very real. I certainly wanted a family member to succeed me, but it was very important to us that they were able to make this decision, you know, completely without any pressure from us or any expectation from us.
It's really nice to be able to see the farm, and I think especially for my father in his lifetime, to see it transitioning back to something that is more sustainable and reminds him more of what it was like when he was a child here.
The legacy of the farm, I think, is very fair to say that Michael and I, from our heart, both feel very strong that it is all about the best life for your family, and farming is definitely where that's at.